Welcome back, YouTube. So today we have the 2003 Ford F350 Super Duty, and what we're going to be doing is, first of all, pulling hey Jarrett, we're going to be pulling out the front seats, and Jarrett picked up a kit from somewhere to redo the whole front seat. You want to explain it real quick?
It's like OEM seat covers. I'll make sure to put a link in the description what it is. They do like Ford, Dodge, GMC, all those. So they the driver's side cushion is messed up, and under all of these seat covers it's all pretty disgusting. So they had a July 4th sale. I think it was 25% off. So I got all new covers for top and bottom of the whole front row, including the center console, for like $700 after tax and shipping. So we are going to dismantle the front, start taking everything apart. Right now I'm just doing, I got rid of the front bolts, which is like a, I think, what was it? It's a T52.
T55, I believe.
It's a T55 Torx. And then in the back here, it's got one 19mm along with the Torx. And the center console is just a little bit different. Ooh, that's a screw from something. I just finding so many tidbits around the truck. And then also back seat, we are going to do that after we rip everything out. We're going to do a nice clean the interior. The back seat, because this is a 03, when you go to lift this forward, that's as far as it goes. It only does like 45-degree angle, which can make getting stuff here. And it's not a split bench, and I've got 2 kids. And my one son, my oldest, Elliot, really likes this truck. So 9 times out of 10, I use this truck instead of, you know, a nice fuel-efficient vehicle, because he likes the sound it makes, because he tells me, "Daddy, wake up the neighbors."
Isn't it Daddy say hi to the neighbors?
Oh yeah, it's Daddy say hi to the neighbors or something like that. I was, the first time I stomped on it, I said we were saying hello to people, so that's how he tells me to get on the gas. But so the back one is a little bit more difficult. You've got 2 Torx right here, and then the back bolts are harder. That's the one that we'll probably try to get the most video of, because these are really simple taking out. A trained monkey can do it. Well, because I'm
that explains it.
Yeah. And once I figure out exactly how to get to the bolts in the back, we'll do that. But there's just a little extra layer of fun stuff to do with these, because you've got these caps on here that you take off, and once these seats come out, you've got more bolts for the center console and another 2 more Torx on the back end. But and then once we take this all off, I'll show you exactly like what the leather and stuff looks like on here. Obviously the covers are nice, but they also get in the way when I slide in. They scrunch up because, well, I need to lose weight, but that's a separate video. But so I also do want to do like a nice deep cleaning of the interior too.
I mean, because we got a seatbelt here that
you don't really have access to.
You don't have access to, but the color of it at the end is well, it's not the color it's supposed to be, bud.
Yeah, no. So we're gonna do a deep clean, but I'm not gonna let Matt use the drill whirly brush and throw OxyClean all over like he did in the Trailblazer, because it's still all over the Trailblazer. But
well, we're gonna let him go ahead and start making those noises, and we'll catch back up with you here in a little bit. Probably once we have the seats ripped out. Maybe if there's a bolt here or there that we think's a little odd, we'll show you that on the way through. At this point, we've got both the, he's finding random stuff, but we got both the driver's side seat and the passenger side seat out, and that's pretty much what you have to take out first. So you have 3 of your T55 bits on each side, and then 1 of your 19mm socket, and that's just a nut that comes off there. These are all bolts that come up, and then once you have those out, you can come back and get this last one, and that kind of breaks this loose, and then you have the same situation on the driver's side.
On the driver's side though, there's also the There's also the seat belt L bracket is connected down here.
Okay.
This just a extra thingamajigger.
As we got the front seats all the way out, he's now moving to the back. But up here, I mean, a little dirty. He's wanting to vacuum under there anyways, but really it's not as bad as I was expecting. Just due to the fact that stuff that's like hidden right down under the brackets, yeah, there's some dirt, but it's not, for the age of the truck, I was expecting worse. He's got a fire extinguisher and he's kind of aiming it at me, so maybe we should be a little scared back here. No, I'm not, as I
if
literally...
I'm gonna shoot you with white stuff, it's not gonna be out of a fire extinguisher. That's also gonna get edited out. See what I deal with here? My creativity is snuffed out, but you're not gonna see any of this. What's the point?
You guys will probably be seeing this. Well, if you're seeing it, then you know you've already seen it. Jarret came back here and cleared out behind this seat and then realized that he believes in order to get the back seat out, he's got to take that tray, which has, looks like 3 8mm bolts. One here, one in the back center, and then one in the front on the other side. So he's going to take those out and then we'll see what the next step looks like. Yep, so after taking out those 3 8mm bolts, we're left with what looks like 1, 2, 3, 4 Torx 55 bolts. So it looks like that's all there really is to this back seat. And I guess 2 of those are the seat itself and 2 of those are seat belts, is what it looks like.
Oh no, these both look like, these both are seat belts.
Okay. So maybe there's something else we're missing, but we'll go ahead and pop these 4 T55 bolts out and go from there. I'm not sure how well it shows up on camera, but way back there in the corner, there is a 19mm nut. And then over here, you have the same situation way back here in the corner. But the problem is if you go straight up from that, you're looking at the seat here. So it's not like you can just drop an extension on the socket and get to it real easy. So maybe we'll have to get a little creative with how we manage this. And now it's time to play a game called Watch Jarret Struggle, which is a really fun game considering he's trying to get his arm up under there, reach the bolt. He's just got a deep well impact socket to make it down over the threads, and then yep, right there he's got it, just with a standard 3/8 drive. But he's seeing what he can do. I guess he broke it loose and now he's just using the socket. So this round to watch Jarret struggle wasn't all that bad. Tune back in a minute. Tune back in a minute to see him on this side and we'll see how he does over here. So unfortunately, the best part of this so far was when Jarret moved wrong and ended up with a stud in the unmentionables.
No, but it was in my leg. If it was in my mentionables, I'd be like, ooh.
But anyways, I'd stopped rolling for that. So we're coming back and Jarret's now trying to reach back up in here and nope, we can't see anything from the side. So we're just gonna have to go by his grunts of frustration to see how he's doing. Oh, he's got it moving, so.
This socket is moving both ways. This episode of Watch Jarret Struggle is, I guess, more entertaining?
Yeah, probably.
Oh, this is uncomfortable.
I don't think when Ford designed it.
Ow. Owen, this is what you're supposed to be doing, not me.
Yeah, well.
Okay.
Owen got himself a lady friend and he's unavailable to us at the moment.
Okay. Let's see. Ah! Win.
Okay, so now that we got this freed up.
Not that way. Oh.
Oh, this is lovely. While you're down there.
I'll make you do weird stuff next time.
But anyways, I'm going to put up the camera, help him get this out, and then we'll come back as we show kind of what it looks like under here and go over what we did to get this seat out, just to recap. So we got this out, we just pulled it up, took it out the passenger side front window, and now Jarret's messing with it back there. But just a quick recap. We went ahead and we pulled the T55 bolts in the front. Then we took the 8mm bolts out of the tray to get these 4 T55 bolts out. Really probably wasn't something we had to do because we could have just, these held the buckles, right?
Yeah, they held the buckles.
Okay. So we could have just left the buckles in, but it's going to be easier to have those out and feed them down in after the fact. And then after we got those out, it was just the 19 millimeter and the 19 millimeter. And at that point, just lift it up, pop it off of the stud, and it's free to go. So just a quick show of the back bench seat. It doesn't look real bad overall, but the new one, as you said, it folds down, it also folds up. It's got a little tray that comes out, and it's a 40-60 split, so he can drop part of it without having to take both car seats out.
You can see a partial demonstration. So I pulled this out to kind of see how it went in.
Yeah.
So this, completely flat. Let's go up. This will fold up, and then it creates this. This is all just dust. This was we got this from somebody who was at, I guess, they cut countertops and install kitchens and stuff for a living. So all this dust and stuff, I'm gonna vacuum it off, clean all it off. And this is actually in pretty darn good condition, because I think these refurbished are about like $1,100 to find a good used one. To find a good used one, you're looking like $800. I got this for $450. So
he got this for $450 mere days after he was about to pick one up 5 hours each way away for $800 for the chair, and he was going to pay my brother like $12 an hour plus gas, so it was going to be almost $400 to bring it back for him.
Yeah.
So he went from roughly, you know, $1,150 to $1,200 down to $450, picked up a couple miles away from work.
Yep, it was actually turned out being perfect.
Yeah. So after work this morning, we went ahead and we were driving my Honda, which is parked up there. We took the Honda down to the car, or down to the guy's little warehouse, took a look at this, and then drove back. Jarret grabbed the truck, ran out, picked it up, and that brings us to where we are. But we're gonna probably clean out the interior, show you a little bit about that, and go from there. One thing I just noticed that I wasn't aware of, and Jarret apparently was, is on the one that we took out, it's got the bolts on the outside, but this new one, because we're going to the split one out of a 2005 or newer.
2005 or newer.
2005 or newer. It's also got these two center ones, but you also have this whole steel structure all the way across. So, I mean, you might get a little bit of play in the center, but it's gonna hold pretty darn well still, he says. Yep. So
there's no people that do these conversions all the time. They don't drill like an extra hole or anything to put that in. So
okay, that's just what I wanted to check. But Jarret's done a little more research on this, because this has been something he's been talking about the past couple weeks. So we're gonna go ahead and we will hop into the cleaning. Woo! Before shots. Jarret removed the seat covers. These are the front seats out of his truck. So you can see here's the passenger side seat, and it's actually got a good bit of foam ripped out, but the foam is just on the bottom of the leather. Bottom of the seat, or the butt cushion, should still be good. Middle seat, not too bad. I mean, you got a little bit of cracking. Middle seat's not too bad. You have a little bit of like light cracking starting across the front, but not nearly as bad as this seat. And you come over here and, well, this one's looking pretty rough too. So you have a lot of cracking down here. Not to the point of the passenger, which I think is odd. I would have assumed that the driver's seat would have been much worse, but who knows. But once again, I mean, we're just cracking all along the front, down the side. And then up here in the back, once again, you're cracking over here, and then you have a pretty good gouge in the leather here. So the kit that Jarret got from Seat Shop, it's got the leather backs for both seats, the leather bottoms, and then here are your two pieces for the center seat. And then he also has one butt cushion. I'm not sure which seat this is to. We'll ask him when he gets in here and figure out what everything is then. So earlier on, I called the replacement pieces leather. Technically, they're a vinyl, but feeling them, they feel like leather.
It's not, this isn't like old school, your grandfather's vinyl in an International Scout, or, you know, like the old GMC bench seats were back in the 80s. It feels
like
honestly, it feels better than the leather in my Malibu.
Yeah, and that's a nice new car with, well, relatively new.
Yeah, it's like 2018.
But I mean, yeah, I mean, it feels great. That's nice. And we're going to get rid of this old raggedy looking stuff that's, I mean, don't get me wrong, still feels nice, but that new stuff definitely is softer, a little more plump. So.
Plump like me.
It'll help support your plumpness. And this cushion here, he said he did just order one. So this is the driver's seat cushion, because he said it's pretty jacked up. You can feel it.
Yeah, like literally just it's like kind of collapsing on this side. Whenever you sit, I'm lopsided. Like compare, this is nice and firm on this side, and this is just, you can feel it.
Yeah. I mean, people in the video can't, but yeah, there's definitely a difference. And that's just from slipping off of this side and hopping up into the truck.
That's what we need.
Looks like somebody actually already stitched this up once, so it's split pretty dang good. But, okay, well, we're going to hop to, start stripping these down, and then they have like little clips on them, and then little hooks that go into the foam to secure them. Alright, that was not intended. But, so we figure we're going to start with the center console first. For whatever reason, Jarret's a glutton for punishment. But the first step is taking a small flathead, and there's a pin that comes in this side, and there's a pin that comes in that side. And it's already been a little bit, and that's not working with us.
It's not.
That's the look of a dead man on the inside.
Why am I starting with this?
Because you know you have to do it sooner or later anyways.
But I'd rather do the driver's one, because I could just leave this. No, I can't, because somebody ripped all the leather out. Oh, poop.
So we went ahead and took out all the Torx bits all the way around, and then just kind of lightly popped the little panel right there off. It's on the new leather now. There's the old leather, but we don't want to mount it back on until we get all the way around, because there's also like leather tucked here. So we figure we'll totally disassemble it and then come back and add. Still at it, still taking it apart.
Also, we are doing the hardest one first, which is the center console. So,
for better or for worse. So I went ahead and got the bottom pulled off, and the old one's over there. Jarret's getting close on the backrest portion of it. But we're going to go ahead and toss the new leather, or the new vinyl, on there and see how it looks. The look of love and adoration that fills the truck owner's eyes.
Ford Engineering.
He's having fun getting all these clips off. You just busted one, but it's been an experience. Much funnier from my side than his.
I may have to be the one editing the videos this week. May be indisposed.
Help. Nah, but I got the bottom cushion done. I'm just waiting on him to... waiting on him to produce amazing quality work like he always does. Please don't let him kill me.
I've never been so tempted to destroy that camera as I am right now. Come on. Ah! Stay. No. I swear to God, I wish I had a hammer.
Oh, man.
You need to be a f***ing octopus for this shit. Like, for f***'s sakes. How did you just... Like, did they wake up and be like, whoa, I've got the worst idea ever. Let's take this cup holder, wrap it in rubber, put 20 f***ing snaps on it, and it's like a goddamn Aztec puzzle. Like for a tomb.
You were trying to take apart a Ford seat the other day.
And then you just went out and bought a Chevy. Gary, if you're watching this, I regret so many things right now. Chris Farley over here laughing his ass off. Let's just rip this shit out. I don't need 20 hinges on a goddamn cup holder. Goddamn piece of shit. Now, for all of our underage viewers,
there were a lot of creative words behind those bleeps you just heard.
It's never good to get angry with an inanimate object because the object always wins. Except in this case, because I broke it. Win for me. Any of you Ford engineers out there, comment your address down below. That'd be great. Thanks. Oh, hey.
Oh, let me see that real quick. We're gonna go clip.
I only broke 1, 2, 3, 4 of them.
Out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 13?
12.
12.
1/3. I'll take that.
Well, the guy said as long as you don't break too many, you're okay.
And he did also say they put way too many. Though if I have to do this again, the truck may die. Get your stuff together, Ford. Are you just going to record me every time you think I'm going to get angry?
Am I wrong at this moment that it's probably coming?
Well, if I break this, we don't have anything left of the center console except the seat. It's times like these where I think to myself, this is why sometimes you just pay other people. Bitch! That hurt! I've never wanted to hit you so hard. There, in case you couldn't tell, it's actually really, really sharp on the other side. Stay in school, kids. Otherwise you'll find yourself 30 years old fighting with a Ford that's 13 years younger than you. Come on, you dirty bitch. Come on.
Oh wow, you weren't kidding. The tips are literally sharpened.
Why do you think it hurt?
Because it's a small cylinder going into you?
Yes!
But it's also pointed.
I know! I stabbed myself. Yes!
Does this need to come off, or like just
needs to come off?
Stop. That wasn't so bad, was it?
No. All you upholstery specialists that are never gonna watch this video, dude, fuck, like, props to you, because this F that. Just right there.
It wasn't that bad looking back at it.
You didn't get stabbed.
So we got Jarret here. We have that back plate that you lift up in the centerpiece, and we put some super glue along the plastic, and he is now taking a flathead. And just kind of working his way down, pushing it down in there.
I'm starting to think I may be a little bit over my head.
So the super glue wasn't sticking quick enough, but we have a 3M spray adhesive that Jarret thinks will work a little bit better. So we went ahead and just sprayed, same place pretty much that I put the super glue, and then we also sprayed up on the top. And now he's just working it with his flathead. Does that seem like it's working better?
A lot better.
Okay.
Shocker! It's like, well, it might be the glue talking, but I'm feeling pretty damn good. Now I know what all these huffers have been doing their whole lives. Okay, screw it. No, literally, quick, screw it.
I'm trying to, but somebody was holding it. We are positive this is the next step, right?
Yeah, sure, why not? You know what, honestly, dude, I'll take this.
It looks pretty clean. Like, taking a look at it.
As long as it stays there.
Yeah. I mean,
that's it. If it comes off, it comes off. I'll order a new cover because there's missing like 4 screw seats in here, so you couldn't really tighten it down.
okay. So, we're about 2 hours later. We had to run down to the store to pick up a staple gun. That's the word I'm looking for. Jarret's hoping for the best at the moment because they didn't have the staples small enough for what we need. So I think his game plan is to turn the power of the stapler all the way down and hope for the best.
Actually, that might have worked.
Okay. He's not cursing, so I think it worked.
But is it going to work? God, I hope so.
Yeah.
As I try to staple my hand.
So,
That did not work.
turn it down so it doesn't go through, but hey, it's not working, so let's turn it up some.
I don't want to hear anything from you.
They grow up so fast. Next thing you know, they're stapling their own stuff. It's currently coming up on 7:30. And we got 2 seats to go. We got this.
Technically, we don't have 2 seats to go because you know what? I let Matt do the easiest portion of this, which was the bottom.
How do we not have 2 seats left to do?
Top half isn't done.
Staple everything.
If at first you don't succeed, just add a couple more staples. Here we have Jarret in his natural habitat covered in glue. But this is now the back piece. We got the little cap done, screwed all those parts in. This piece we're going to have to see how they do in the video because it's a little loose due to not having a hole on this side how the other one did to kind of cover. Like, this piece would slip up through, but I just had to like pull it up to get this bolt in. So chances are we'll end up cutting that.
Are you naughty? Nelly.
As Jarret sexualizes our... Okay guys. Day 63. And I think he's starting to lose it.
I was spraying glue, and my face was right in it. What do you want from me?
I want you in rehab, Jarret. You need help.
Try to make me go to rehab, but I said no, then I'm dead. Any Amy Winehouse fans, sorry, she was a fucking druggie, so. Was she a good singer? Yes.
Keep
Was
in
she a
mind,
druggie? Yes.
he worked last night, so.
So did you.
Yeah. But yeah, he worked last night. So did I. But once again, it is 7:49 p.m. So his sleep deprivation is starting to set in.
Here we are, another day on our YouTube channel. Bad decisions.
Front and the back done, it looks like, for the most part. Time to...
Done.
I said for the most part.
And you're sleep deprived? Have a beer. It leads to great decision making.
And when that fails, spray adhesive.
I didn't even look to see if this looked good on the other side. We don't really know what we're doing. Woo! I will say, this side of the learning experience is pretty good. Notice I've been spraying longer? The longer I spray, the happier I get. A nobody YouTuber died today. Trying to shotgun 3M spray adhesive. Poor decisions were made. Poor decisions were made. Literally half of this YouTube video is me just saying, poor decisions were made. Because I'm crying like a baby because I thought I could do something like this and it's not exactly turning out the best for me. Because that ain't looking too... Well, actually, because the thing bolts into this. So, this actually isn't going to look that bad.
No, yeah.
Okay, I feel a lot better now. I was just being self-deprecating for like the whole time you were gone. I'm like Bill O'Reilly. I'll do it live. The glue's getting to me, Matt. 15 likes and I'll huff this 3M paint. 3M adhesive.
I'm going to hold him to that.
No, I won't. It's hazy down here.
Not really.
I'm just seeing things.
You're just seeing it at this point.
I see dead people. Honestly, where was Casper the Friendly Ghost when you really needed him? Think about it. He could have told Bruce Willis that he was dead a long time ago before he got, shocked. I'm making poor decisions every day. And the other God, I just wanna tell you how I'm feeling. Why is that in my head? Oh yeah, I got to 1 billion views on YouTube. Okay. I'm caught.
You ever just around people a lot and you start wondering what's really going on inside their mind? Direction's unclear. Parts of body stuck in blender.
I'm just sort of guessing at what the next step is at this point because I haven't read to this part of the instructions. Like I said, this whole thing is kind of messed up because it's missing pieces, critical pieces,
And the
actually.
pieces that are there are broken.
Yeah, so this has just become a game of pretend it's okay. I'll take that. In all honesty, for how this is cracked here, it doesn't have that portion. That's why everything actually doesn't match up.
Yeah.
Now think about it. There's cracks, parts of it are missing, cracks up over here. I don't have everything I can to tuck it in, so I'll just
Call it a day.
yeah, with that I will. All right. Now the trim is tucked in. Probably the next piece is the cup holder thing. One of my favorite parts of this build, to be honest. Should I spray glue on it first?
It's not gonna hurt anything.
Why not? No. This is already bad enough as it is. Why?
Jarret can kill y'all too. Welcome to my life. Should have used the glue.
I don't care.
Okay.
This
So
is a
next.
piece.
Is this going next?
God, I hope so.
Well, let's find out, and we'll go from there.
We're still on the first chair. The first chair.
1 down, 2 to go. That wasn't so bad, was it, Jarret?
No, honestly, trained monkey can do this.
Nice to know Jarrett's not even a trained monkey. So at this point, we went ahead and tore apart the driver's seat, but in the process realized that there's a bunch of hog rings in a metal cable that runs here and here, as well as on the bottom or the top side of the cushion.
These are hog rings. You need a special plier to put it in, to set it in, and then it kind of crimps it closed into basically a triangle. And this is what keeps your seat defined.
Yeah.
With the lines.
And we don't have that tool, and Home Depot's about to close. So we're going to call it a night here, get the tool in the morning, and it should be a pretty quick operation. At this point, like everything we're seeing, it's going to take a little bit to learn the hog rings and how to like position them.
No.
He's saying no. But I mean, couple bolts. We got this done in like, what, 40 minutes, tore apart, ready to go.
Yeah, it won't take us.
So, but we'll catch up with you guys in the morning, get this done and clean this up so that my girl doesn't try to kill me.